This lighting makes me look tired. I am tired. So, it's the truth. It is 9 o'clock, and the reason why we are not already in bed reading is we've got another winter weather event coming, and they've delayed schools for 2 hours. Normally, I'd be like, well, we need to keep to our schedule, otherwise you'll have trouble the next night. But tomorrow night is Friday night, and he can go off his schedule, so it's all good. I let him stay up to play Halo with his dad because it makes him very happy. So I'm just doing my best to get things ready. I don't have time to do all the fruit and stuff. These are actually little lights that I bought for my dollhouse. I haven't finished all the roofs. I just wasn't into it this summer. Probably next summer after working so hard, I'm really gonna want to have craft time. But like I do have it in the kitchen down here. Once I install the ceiling, I attach a metal disc that comes with this, and then it sticks because it sticks to metal. And they're either motion or remote control, and they're rechargeable. So here's me charging 2 of the ones that we used last night. Sebastian might still have one, but they came in really handy. I'm going to turn some of them off, but I do like to keep some on the charger active on motion sensing. No, I think I get this one on all the time because it was distracting. I used to do it motion, but the dog would set it off. I like to have a little light in this room when we're walking by in the hall. Anyway, since I'm in the room, there's how the blanket's looking. I think I'm gonna go around one more time on the border, and it's very slow because I'm using a tiny hook and splitty yarn, and I'm holding 2 strands, but it's looking good. But let's start at the beginning of the day while I put these clean socks and undies away and give him an allergy pill. I've stopped keeping the kids' medicines in the bathroom, but the allergy medicine is not locked up. It's just right here. But there you go. We'll trade. I've been plugging his headphones in because one of the outlets on his charging station is one weird.
One thing about this is on weekends,
I'll charge it early. I don't know. I'll try and put it out. It's not like you don't come in here. You always come in here.
I usually come in.
We'll figure it out. This is only a temporary solution. It's not long term. We need to take that out of your room and test it and have Dad test it and figure out if it really is broken. Anyway, normal start to the school day. We had 3 students scheduled because right now we have 4, and one of them is 3 times a week. This was the first day that we had 3 that come 5 days a week. We used to have 2. But we just finished the amendment, or my teacher just finished the amendment, so she's there 5 days a week now. So we had the 3, all 3 showed up, and it was pretty good. I mean, it's just the same. We have 1 student who's not really available for learning, and it takes some pretty intense one-on-one to have him participate at all, so that is just how it is. But as you know, we have 2 new students coming. One can be very soon because he's a transfer who already has an IEP. He just needs a transfer meeting, and the other one will need the IEP written, but it sounds like she's got to do them pretty quickly, so we would hope that he would start right after the break and not right before. So I'm trying to ball my socks with one hand. And that's turkey. But I walk in, she's checking her email, she gets one. We're getting 3 new students, not 2, 3. So we are going, she was confused at first. I think she got an email saying you only have room for 1 more student. We max out at 8, though they can push it if we're just over enrolled. I think to 12, though. If you go past 10, supposedly you get another TA. But yeah, she's like, wait, what? We're only going up to 6 because we have 4 and we have 2 coming. And then she realized, wait, I don't recognize this name. This is another one. So she has 2 brand new IEPs to write, and we have 3 new students starting. The problem with my way of doing the laundry, where I just willy-nilly grab a pile, is I end up with a bunch of socks that don't match. Literally none of these have their match clean yet, so I just have to check every time. I was down to 2 mismatched, and I went up to that, and absolutely none of the socks in that load matched. I just, seriously, I had some that I already had to do. But yeah, so we're both, okay, we can do this. When she told me we had 2 new ones coming yesterday, was it even yesterday? I don't know. I immediately was like, how would we manage this? I was like trying to think of the logistics. That's how my brain works. I'm like, okay, well, how would we work this? How would we work that? We talked briefly, but we're like, we'll just have to figure it out. But this one, I was just like, okay, it's so much change. And it sounds like we could have some tricky ones. So, oh, my tummy just growled. Are you done? Okay, well, hurry. I'm gonna hurry too because we have to read still, and I gave you a lot of extra time, more than I wanted. But went through the day. Kids were a little crazy. It is almost a full moon. We had our high school aide. I guess he's kind of an assistant when he comes in, trainee. What's that word? Intern. Maybe like sort of like an intern. He was there. We did half our recess outside and half in our calm down room that the school has, which that's not really gonna be an option when we have 7 kids there. That's too many kids for such a small room. And then my teacher had to go straight from dropping off the kids to a meeting with that. There's different committees. I think the teachers have to be on one. That's just my guess, but it seems like it. And it was already started. She had to miss the first 30 minutes because they weren't able to find a sub for her. Too many teachers were in this committee. But I had already lined up a bunch of stuff I needed to do. Prepping for crafts. She usually beats me to it, and it's in my wheelhouse. I have an art degree. I homeschooled for so long making these. Obviously it's in her wheelhouse too, but I was so happy that I got to do this. So I had already started some of them yesterday using the cutting machine, and I used that for a few more things because one of the papers hadn't worked out, so I came back armed with cardstock. And yeah, I made little mugs and mittens, and then I finished gluing together what we're going to do. Actually, tomorrow I think we're going to make apple shakers because we're still on our grocery unit. And the other are for our winter units of snow/gingerbread. Not Christmas, but just wintry. And I'm really pleased. When PM went out for recess, I was going through all the art drawers and cabinets to find sequins and pom-poms and cotton balls, since I couldn't just ask my teacher and I didn't want to disturb the class just by ramming around, but I found everything, got everything set up. I took pictures of an example, though I didn't glue them down, and just so that my teacher can put them in her weekly emails where she shows examples of what we're going to be doing, and sent it all off to her in a text. So pleased with myself. What am I looking at? Oh, that's a dress. And I'm gonna wear this sweater so I can just grab it. My leggings, I think, are all dirty. I might have one pair downstairs. Anyway, Jack stayed home from school again. It's unfortunately really suffering with like a sinus headache. She thought it was, we were thinking it was a migraine, but when medicine didn't help, pain medicine, we were thinking, yeah, it's probably sinuses. And after a nap, sounds like Jax is doing better. No complaints. Ate dinner. I don't know. Teenagers. But I did have to come home promptly because there was a doctor's appointment we needed to deal with. So I got that done, and then I was working on that crochet border. We just ordered dinner because that's what the point of the week we're at. And then even though it was quite late when we ate, I granted Sebastian a late bedtime, as I explained. So that is it from me. That was really long, 12 minutes. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna leave you with that. Thank you for being you. I love you. Okay, good night. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.